Imagine finding a single penny in your pocket and realizing it could pay off your mortgage, buy you a new car, and still leave you with enough to travel the world. Sounds impossible, right? But there's a small copper coin from 1968 that has shocked collectors and auction houses alike, with one selling for over $840,000. The most incredible part? Most people walk right past it without ever knowing. Think about that. Right now, you could have one in your change jar, in an old dresser, or buried in a coffee can in the garage. The question is, would you recognize it if you saw it? Let's dive in. Back in 1968, the United States Mint was producing Lincoln 1-cent coins at multiple locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The San Francisco coins carried a small letter S under the date, the mint mark. Most of these coins are worth just face value, unless they have one rare and specific detail. And here's where it gets fascinating, you see. That year, few proof coins made in San Francisco were struck with unusual perfection. Flawless surfaces, razor-sharp details, and in some cases, doubled features caused by a minting error. These are not your everyday pennies. Small number were produced in such pristine quality that over time, they became the holy grail for collectors. When one of these perfect examples, graded by a professional service as a PR70, came to auction, it set the numismatic world on fire. The hammer dropped at over $840,000. 1 cent. Transformed into almost $1 million. But how can you tell if you're holding one? First, check for the S mint mark just below the date. Next, look at the surface-proof coins have a mirror-like background with frosted, sharp images. If yours looks like it belongs in a jewelry case rather than a pocket, it's worth a closer inspection. And here's the twist: even a small variation, like doubling on the date or mint mark, can turn it into a jackpot. Here's where it gets tricky. Many people think proof coins never leave their special packaging. And yet, over the years, sets have been broken apart, coins have been spent, and treasures have ended up in circulation. Which means one could be in your possession without you even realizing. What if you've already spent one at the gas station last week? That thought alone should make you want to dig through every penny you own tonight. Now here's a surprising fact. The Lincoln cent has been minted for over a century, but the late 1960s marked a period of transition. Collectors often overlook this era, chasing older wheat cents instead. That's why so many of these valuable 1968's proof cents remain hidden. They simply don't look old enough to attract attention from casual collectors. This is your advantage. While everyone else is ignoring them, you could be cashing in. And here's the cliffhanger. In 2019, a coin dealer revealed that he had purchased a small collection from a family estate. Buried inside among piles of ordinary pennies sat a 1968 S-proof cent in nearly perfect condition. That coin sold for more than most people make in a decade. But the real question is, how many more are still out there? Auction records show that high-grade 1968 S-proof cents have consistently commanded staggering prices. It's not just once, but over and over. Experts say the demand comes from a combination of rarity, condition, and the nostalgia of the Lincoln design. In their view, these coins are time capsules, tiny pieces of American history frozen in perfect copper. So what should you do right now? Start by checking every penny dated 1968. Focus on those with the S mint mark. If you suspect you have a proof coin, keep it safe and get it graded by a reputable coin grading service. This is the single best way to confirm its authenticity and unlock its full market value. Before you toss your change into the tip jar or coin machine, remember this: one small disc of copper could rewrite your financial future. Why? Maybe in your kitchen drawer or a forgotten coin jar. There could be a fortune hiding in plain sight. The clock is ticking. And with each passing year, these coins become rarer as collectors lock them away. Don't let someone else discover your treasure. Take action. Check your coins. And who knows, the next big auction headline could be about you. Stay curious, stay persistent, and keep hunting. And if you want more insider tips on spotting coins that can change your life, make sure you subscribe so you never miss an opportunity like this again. You are holding a single penny in your hand, just 1 cent. You could toss it into a jar, drop it on the sidewalk, or forget it in a couch cushion. But what if I told you that this ordinary-looking penny could be worth enough to buy you a luxury home, a brand new car, and still have money left over to invest for the rest of your life? One single penny, worth up to $837,000. And the crazy part? Most people who have it never realize it until it is too late. This is the mystery of the 1975 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. It is hiding in plain sight. Every day, change slips through people's hands without a second thought. Yet somewhere in America, someone has this coin sitting in a drawer or in a coffee can or buried deep in an old wallet, and they have no idea it could change their financial future forever. So why is this penny so special? Let's rewind. In 1975, the United States Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents in Philadelphia. Normally, coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, but here's the twist. Certain rare errors occurred during production that made a handful of these coins extraordinary. Some were struck with unique die varieties, others were double struck, or had other microscopic flaws that collectors would pay a fortune to own. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. The value is not just about the year 1975. It's about condition, strike quality, and rarity. The most valuable examples are in pristine, uncirculated condition, with sharp details and rich copper. Luster. Even tiny scratches can slash the price dramatically. And while a regular 1975 penny might buy you nothing more than a piece of candy, a perfect no-mint mark error penny can sell for more than the cost of a fully loaded luxury SUV. You might be thinking, but I have a whole jar of pennies. How would I know if I've got the right one? This is where details matter. Look for the crispness of Abraham Lincoln's profile. Examine the date closely for clarity. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on the letters or numbers. The reverse. Inspect the Lincoln Memorial for extra lines or unusual marks. And remember, condition is king. The fewer the blemishes, the higher the value. Now here's the cliffhanger. Some experts believe there are still dozens of these high-value coins in circulation today, quietly passing from hand to hand in everyday transactions. That means every time you get change back at the store, there is a tiny chance you could be holding a small fortune without realizing it. Why would someone pay so much for a penny? Because in the world of numismatics, rarity plus demand equals value. Collectors compete fiercely for coins that are one of a kind or near impossible to find. This 1975 no mint mark Lincoln cent, in flawless condition, ticks both boxes. And as more are locked away in private collections, the ones left out there become even more valuable. Recent auctions prove this is not a myth. One immaculate example sold for over $800,000. Another, with slightly less perfect details, still went for over $100,000. Imagine that moment standing in an auction room, watching your coin climb in price higher and higher, until the gavel falls and you walk away with a life-changing check. And here's the thing. This opportunity will not last forever. Every year, more of these coins are discovered, graded, and taken out of circulation. Every year, the odds of finding one in your pocket change get smaller. The window is closing, and those who check there, coins today have the best chance of striking gold, or in this case, coppered. So tonight, when you get home, dig through your change jar. Open that old coin purse. Search the back of your drawers. That a forgotten penny could be the key to the wealth you have been dreaming about. Because in the world of rare coins, fortunes are made not by luck alone, but by knowing what to look for and acting before it is too late. Check your pennies. Your future self might just thank you for it. And if you want more tips on spotting rare coins and turning small change into big money, make sure you stay with us. The next coin we cover, it might be sitting in your pocket right now. ChatGPT said, imagine reaching into your pocket for some loose change and discovering a penny that could pay off your mortgage, buy you a dream car, and still leave you with enough to travel the world. Sounds unbelievable, right? But there's a tiny copper coin out there from 1981 that has sold for as much as $832,000. The twist? Most people handle it every day without realizing it. May have walked past one of these coins in a cashier's tray or even dropped one into a tip jar. The secret is in what's missing, and that missing detail is the reason this Penny has become one of the most sought-after coins in modern U.S. history. Hold on, because once you know what to look for, you may never glance at your pocket change the same way again. So what exactly is this mysterious treasure? It is the 1981 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. To the average person, it looks just like every other penny. But unlike the vast majority of coins struck that year, it has no tiny letter under the date. Normally, that little letter tells you where the coin was minted, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and so on. But a small number of 1981 pennies left the U.S. Mint without any mint mark at all. It was not intentional, and that's what makes it rare. This happened because of a die change at the Philadelphia Mint. Back then, coins made there usually had no mint mark, but in certain years, rare variations appeared that collectors crave. In the case of the 1981 no mint mark penny, the difference was so subtle that most people never noticed. But serious collectors know it is more than just a curiosity. It is a mistake frozen in copper, a 1 in a million survival from a sea of billions. Now here's where it gets exciting and maybe a little nerve-wracking. There are small details that separate an ordinary 1981 penny from the jackpot version. You need to look closely at the date, the surface, and the strike quality.
How many
of the most valuable ones are in pristine, uncirculated condition, meaning they never spent a day rattling around in a pocket or cash register. If yours has sharp details, no scratches, then that all-important absence of a mint mark, you might be holding a small fortune. But wait, some of these coins are even more valuable due to errors. Weak strikes, double dies, or unusual metal compositions can send the price soaring even higher. Imagine the thrill of spotting a faint doubling in the lettering, or a subtle flaw in the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. That is the kind of detail that turns a rare coin into a legendary one. One in top condition sold for over $800,000 at auction. Now you might be wondering, how does such a small coin reach such a massive price tag? The answer is a mix of scarcity, collector demand, and competition. Serious coin collectors will pay staggering amounts for the right combination of rarity and condition. And the 1981 no mint mark penny checks all the boxes. Here's the cliffhanger. In the past 5 years, these coins have started showing up more frequently in auctions and private sales. Experts believe this might be the last wave of high-value finds before the best examples vanish into permanent collections. Translation: if you have one, the clock may be ticking on your chance to cash in at the top of the market. One recent example: a flawless mint state coin sold for just over $800,000 to a private collector. Another slightly lower grade still brought in over $50,000, and those were just public sales. In private deals, some sellers have walked away with life-changing checks. Collectors and dealers agree on one thing: if you do not check your change now, you could be letting a fortune slip right through your fingers. It only takes a moment to glance at the date and look for that missing mint mark. This is your chance to turn an ordinary penny into a powerful financial tool. Go through your jars, your drawers, even the coins at the bottom of your purse or car cup holder. Because somewhere out there, in the most ordinary of places, that $800,000 penny could be waiting for you. Start looking today. And if you want more tips on spotting hidden treasures in your change and selling them for the highest price, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a chance to change your life with a single coin. Just 1 cent? You drop it on the counter without thinking twice? But what if I told you that one tiny coin from 1991 could be worth more than $800,000 today? That is not a typo. 800,000. Most people will spend it without ever realizing what they just lost. And right now, there is a real chance that one of these rare treasures is sitting in your change jar, your glove compartment, or even in the back of a kitchen drawer. For years, coin collectors and dealers have quietly searched for this elusive 1991 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. They know its power. They know its history. And they know how easy it is for the average person to overlook it. So why is this penny so special? Why would anyone pay the price of a luxury home for a coin most people think is worth only a cent? The truth is, the story behind this coin is as fascinating as the treasure itself. Back in 1991, United States Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents. Most of them came from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, coins made in Philadelphia did not carry a mint mark. But in the early 90s, a handful of coins were struck without their intended identifying marks due to a die preparation oversight. That mistake created a tiny population of error coins, pennies that looked almost identical to their ordinary counterparts but carried a rarity that could change someone's life overnight. Here's where it gets tricky. The difference is not screaming at you from the surface. To the naked eye, it's just a Lincoln penny. But experts know that certain details, the sharpness of the strike, the surface finish, and the exact spacing of the lettering can separate an everyday penny from a life-changing one, and that makes this coin a master of disguise. Now, before you run to the nearest coin jar, here's a cliffhanger. Many people think they have the 1991 no mint mark penny, but when they send it in for grading, the truth is crushing. It turns out to be worth face value. Why? Because only a tiny number of these coins meet the specific error criteria that collectors will pay big money for. That's why you need to know exactly what to look for first. Check the date. It must read 1991 and be paired with no visible mint mark beneath it. Next, study the coin's condition. Value skyrockets with coins in mint or near mint state, especially those certified by trusted grading services. Any scratches, discoloration, or wear can drop the value drastically. Then look closely for subtle die variations, especially in the lettering of Liberty and In God We Trust. These microscopic differences are what get coin graders excited and collectors reaching for their wallets. Why so valuable? Simple: supply and demand. There are thousands of collectors competing for just a handful of authentic, high-grade examples. And when something is that rare, the price can jump from a few $100s to hundreds of thousands overnight. The same principle as rare stamps, vintage cars, or fine art: scarcity creates value. In recent years, auction houses have stunned the coin community with jaw-dropping sales. One pristine example of this coin fetched more than $828,000 at auction. Imagine the seller's excitement, realizing that a penny they may have once tossed in a cup holder had just secured their financial future. Stories like that ignite a frenzy. People start checking pockets, purses, and piggy banks. And you should too. But here's the twist near the end. Every day you wait, coins in circulation are getting more worn down. It means fewer high-grade examples survive, and the prices for the best ones keep climbing. Collectors know this. Dealers know this. The question is, will you act before it's too late? Think about it. A single coin could change your story. It could pay off your home, fund your retirement, or give you the freedom to live life on your terms. And the beauty of it is, you do not need to dig for gold in the mountains. You just need to open your eyes to the change you already have. So, tonight, when you empty your pockets, take a moment, check every penny, look at the date, search for that missing mint mark. Because somewhere out there, 1 cent is worth more than most people will ever hold in their hands at one time. Have you ever held a penny and thought it was worth just 1 cent? What if I told you there's a simple Lincoln penny from 1995? Hiding in plain sight that could be worth enough to change your life, up to $823,000. Right now, there may be one sitting in your change jar, forgotten in your car's cup holder, or tucked away in an old wallet. The truth is, most people spend it without a second thought. But a small group of collectors know its secret, and they are quietly hunting for it before the rest of the world catches on. Now here is the part that will surprise you. This is not a flashy gold coin or a century-old relic. It is an ordinary-looking 1 cent piece. No mint mark. A date that reads 1995. And yet, in the right condition. It has crossed auction blocks for more than some homes are worth. Why? Because rarity hides in the smallest details. And the story of this penny is one of missed opportunities and shocking discoveries. Let's rewind for a moment. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, but in 1995, something unusual happened. A number of coins were struck without the mint mark, that tiny letter you usually see just under the date, while showing where the coin was made. The absence of this mark, combined with certain production quirks, created a coin so scarce that today, collectors will pay fortunes for pristine examples. At first, these coins slipped into everyday transactions. Gas stations, grocery stores, school lunch, money, they moved silently through millions of hands. Nobody noticed. Nobody cared. And that is exactly why so few survived in mint condition. Here is the cliffhanger. It is not just the missing mint mark that makes it valuable. There are subtle signs, small variations in the design, certain doubling, effects on the lettering, even the way the rim appears. If you know what to look for, you can spot the difference instantly. But if you miss it, you could hand over a life-changing coin for a candy bar. To identify one, start with the basics. On a genuine no mint mark, 1995, Lincoln cent, the space under the date is completely blank. No small d, no p, no s. The strike is crisp, and if you're lucky, you may notice slight doubling in the word liberty or in the motto "In God We Trust." This doubling comes from a rare minting error that happened when the die imprinted the design. Twice, slightly misaligned. It is a telltale sign that collectors prize. And remember, condition is everything. A worn coin may fetch a few hundred, but one kept in flawless, uncirculated shape can climb into the hundreds of thousands. You might be wondering how such a simple mistake could happen in a modern mint. The answer lies in human oversight and mechanical precision, or rather, a rare lapse in it. The U.S. Mint produces billions of coins a year. Every so often, a batch slips past quality control with small but powerful flaws. These are the coins that, years later, ignite bidding wars. Imagine buying a single penny for 1 cent in 1995, only to have it sell for the price of a luxury car or even a sprawling property. Here's another surprise for you. In recent years, verified examples have stunned the coin world. One top-graded. Specimens sold for over $820,000. Others have reached 6 figures with ease. And every time news of a sale breaks, more people start digging through their jars, drawers, and old coin collections. But the supply is finite, and each coin found tightens the market. Once they are all in collectors' hands, the chance of finding one in your change drops to almost zero. This is where urgency comes in. Every day you wait, another coin disappears from circulation forever. Think about it. How many people right now are hearing about this for the first time and running to check their coins? Could one of them be holding the penny you might have? Found if you had looked sooner? The experts agree. Reputable coin dealers and grading services recommend checking every 1995 penny you come across, especially those without a mint mark. If you find one in good condition, get it professionally. Graded before selling? A certified grade can be the difference between a few $100s and a life-changing windfall. So the next time you empty your pockets or roll up spare change for the bank, pause for a moment, look closely. That plain brown coin might be more than just spare change, might be your ticket to a wealthier, freer lifestyle. People have built entire collections and even early retirements from finds like this. And the best part? The hunt costs you nothing. Check your coins. Do it today. The clock is ticking and the treasure might already be in your hands. Subscribe for more coin selling tips, and you just might find that the next time you hear about a record-breaking penny sale, it will be your name in the headlines.